All right, the next game on the docket is the Sunday night game on NBC and Peacock. The Chargers, 7th seeded in the AFC at 11-6. They move on to New England, where the 2-seeded Patriots are 14-3 and favored by 3.5. It is the playoff debut for Drake Maye, over under a 46.5. 36 degrees, cloudy with rain before kickoff. Can the Chargers go to New England and end what has been an unexpectedly magical season for the Patriots?
Well, I do think they can do that, right? I put this game in the category of the Bears-Packers, where I go, this is a coin flip game. I know, like, usually the 2-7 game, right? I believe the 2 has pretty much dominated that series, except for the Packers a few years ago beating the Cowboys, right? And the Jordan Love come out of, nowhere playoff game where they went bombs away on the Packers on the Cowboys and got that huge lead. Other than that, it's been the 2 seed dominating. But I think we're on a weekend here in Wild Card Weekend, which speaks to how even the playoffs are and how crazy the year is, to where I wouldn't be shocked if both 7 seeds won. I wouldn't. The Chargers, I think, deliberately took this matchup, looking at it going, we match up better with the Patriots than any of the other teams that we could have matched up with in the top 3 positions, right? So that's where I look at that. I think that's interesting. They played each other last year, and I know it was Drake Maye and all that, but the Chargers absolutely blew the Patriots off the field in that matchup, right? So there is that. But it's a Chargers team that we know has been beat up on the offensive line. There's that component. It's a Patriots defense that I do like, and I don't think the Chargers are going to be able to run the ball consistently on this Patriots defense, right? The thing I do look at is going, I do think they can attack Carlton Davis. We've seen the Patriots asleep at the wheel on defense and early on in football games. So that's where it's interesting. And Justin Herbert has willed his team and made more backyard plays than ever before that we've seen this year, at least. And he's been incredible that way. But I trust the Patriots' run game more. I trust that Josh McDaniels can crack the code of Jesse Minter more than I trust that Greg Roman's going to crack the code of Mike Vrabel and the defensive side of the ball, right? The thing I worry about is, like you said, it's Drake Maye's first start. This is new territory for this New England team. And the Chargers are a little bit, they're veteran. I think they're determined to stop this playoff drought. So they're a little calloused and tough that way. And battle tested, and that's what scares me. But I'm going to take the Patriots 20-17 at home. But I'll tell you, Mike, this might be one of those rare instances on Sunday night where I go the other way after a few more days of thinking of this. I think it's that close of a football game.
Well, if you go the other way, then it counts for this, because that gives me a chance to carve in, because I'm never changing. The hands off the checker. I got the Patriots 27-20. I am concerned about Drake Maye. But ultimately, at the end of the day, what did it for me, that game against the Texans, they were keenly aware that it was an opportunity to get some redemption for losing in the playoffs last year on the road in Houston when they were favored, and they weren't able to beat the Texans. They ended up in a deep hole, and they just couldn't dig their way out of it. Now, there was a questionable illegal contact foul on the Texans' drive that, if it had ended there on a third down sack, would have given the Chargers a chance to try to win the game. But regardless, they didn't win the game. I'm just not ready to trust the Chargers in a big moment. I don't think they have enough quality players who are healthy to make the difference.
That's a valid point.
Justin Herbert.
Right.
And with Justin Herbert, there's always that chance it's going to be an off night. I mean, he's got the capability to have great performances all the time, and I am not doubting him as a franchise quarterback. But what happened last year in the playoffs against the Texans? What did he have? Did he have 4 interceptions against the Texans last year?
Right.
Multiple, more than 2.
Yeah.
So I think the Patriots at home, Mike Vrabel's been there and done that. I know Jim Harbaugh has too, but Vrabel, just the whole vibe,
Yeah, I hear you.
This is the year that they get past the funk of the post-Brady, post-Belichick era. They haven't won a postseason game since Super Bowl 53. This is their first division title since 2019. They lost to the Titans and Vrabel at home in the wild card round 6 years ago. I just think this is one that the Patriots will their way to a victory in. I don't know where it goes from here, and I think the road will end in Denver if it gets that far. But at least for now, they get another home game against however the rest of the playoff tree shakes out. But Patriots win 27-20. I won't be changing my mind on that one, and I hope you do, because we've agreed on everything so far. How the hell am I going to close the gap if we agree on all of these frickin' Week 1 playoff games?
Yo. Thanks for watching, homies. We are now in the NFL season here on Chris Simms Unbuttoned.
Hit subscribe to get our weekly picks, game recaps, film deep dives, and much, much more.
Thanks again for watching. Subscribe, rate, review. Peace out. You know where to find us.